2025 championship, Fort Lauderdale Lions versus the Southwest Florida Shark. Let's name our champion. And they're off. Eric Cardona on the right side of your screen. Janine Nicole in that hash box waiting in the wings. Nick Stappy on the left side of your screen. Chelsea Rainieri, team captain, waiting in the wings. They're starting off with those single dumbbell thrusters.
Yeah, so you're going to see a very high-skill gymnastics movements with the pistol thrusters. You have to have a lot of balance and control with this. So you see where the athletes, they're allowed to hold the dumbbell on the way down, but as they come up, they must remove their hand before they reach full extension and go to lockout.
That's right. The partner forward is everything. It's one male, one female, coordination, it's teamwork, it's communication, like we're not seeing on the Lions right now. You have to make sure that you're in the right spot, listening to your coach. You have to make sure that the other person is standing where they need to, or the reps will not count. A little bit of a fault for the Lions is going to cost them, giving the Sharks a little bit of room to pull ahead here. Both of these teams extremely strong. Lots of mistakes happening so far. These teams want it. There's no question of that, but who can execute it more efficiently?
Yeah, and this partner forward is a lot of room for error on this. So yes, you want to go fast, but smooth is fast on this one. So especially on the overhead squats, what you're going to be seeing is a lot of faults there. They're looking for the hips to come all the way up and push through. So a lot of the times with the athletes, they're trying to move so fast that their hips aren't muted, or that means not opened up. So you'll probably see a little bit of faults there.
There we go. The Fort Lauderdale Lions are one of the winningest franchises in United Grid League history. The Southwest Florida Sharks looking for their championship. They made it all the way to the championship match last season against the Atlanta Wild, but they got blown out of the water, so to speak. Little shark pun for you there. But unfortunately, they did not make it. Now this season, they've gone undefeated once again, but they're looking to secure that championship this time.
Yeah, and so you see the Sharks, they got a little bit of a lead. The Lions had a little bit of a mistake on Julio Delgado's part, and so there was a little bit of miscommunication error there. So as long as the Sharks are able to stay calm and smooth under control, it should be good. But this partner forward, there's so much room for error there, so it's still anybody's race.
Yeah, definitely. You got to keep your foot in the air, make sure it doesn't make contact with the ground. You're going low enough. You got to hit that full depth. There's a lot of things that could go wrong. Very well said. The Sharks are able to secure their lead here. The reps are getting lower as they go through the quadrant. Now, the Lions are fighting for their spot. A lot of people, they had a lot of naysayers, a lot of haters, as Taylor Sturgis would say, but they're looking to prove them wrong. Two Florida teams made it to the championship this year, so we're going to see how they fare against each other. And this first race, the partner forward is really going to set the tone for the rest of the match. Valerie gunning on that last barbell, last rep, and the Sharks are going to secure that first race win in the partner forward.
Yeah, I'm going to be looking at throughout this whole entire match the tale of the injuries. Both teams aren't really at the healthiest, and so I'm going to be looking at how the teams adjust and adapt to that. You see Blake with a fault at the end, and you typically don't see that with Blake. So I'm going to be looking for his shoulder to see if it's going to cause him any issues at the race end.
Yeah, definitely. In case this is your first time watching, you get 1 point for finishing under the time cap, but if you finish ahead of the other team, you get 2 points. So it looks like the Sharks will get 2 points to the Lions, 1 point for this. This was a hard one. We knew what it was going into it, and they're definitely going to be fighting tooth and nail for the rest of the match.
It is. That is a tough partner for it to start with. So I'm glad. I know that both parties are excited that that's over with. So but there's still more races left in this match.
Oh, well. Looks like we have a little challenge flag on the floor here from Ms. Jamie Gold. In case you're new here, we had 2 challenge flags, but now we just have the one. If you win your challenge, you get to keep your flag. If you lose your challenge, you lose your flag.
Yep.
Since there is a challenge flag, we are going to play a game in just a second since there was a challenge. But we're going to wait on our friend Daniel to tell us a little bit of insight as to what is happening here. But go ahead and take out your phones for me, everybody, or click the link down below that's going to be in the comments. We're going to play a game. I want you to scan this QR code right now. We'll do it together too. Why not?
I feel better about my chances.
So Taylor and I have been definitely winning. But
I believe in us.
we still have time, Taylor. We have this whole entire championship match. We're gonna find out what Jamie was contesting in just a minute. But let's play this game. You're automatically entered into raffles for playing. You win special prizes. So little bit of something fun for us to do in the meantime. The trivia starts in about 30 seconds. But let's go ahead and hear from Daniel what is being discussed on the grid. Daniel?
Looks like Jamie Gold was going to throw a challenge flag and question some of the reps on the count, but come to find out, Jamie and the Lions had put in an ineligible inactive player, so because of that, the challenge flag is null and void, and it's going to result in a 0 and a race loss for the Lions. The Sharks are going to take this one. Cassie, back to you.
Wow, what an upset.
I think I have an idea what happened. So I think because Janine is listed on here as a wild card, and so this is the first one, she has to be put in first and declared to be put in first. So more than likely they did not put that in.
Wow, that's really unfortunate. The Lions lost, and they get 0 for that one. So it looks like the Sharks will lead by 2 going after this first race. We're playing around with this trivia in the meantime. We started the trivia, so we're doing it. Who's the equipment partner for Grid League? Valor Fitness. All the beautiful equipment that you see on the grid is sponsored by Valor Fitness. So shout out to Valor for, as long as I can remember, being our partner and doing everything. They send people to help us set up. The owners, Jim and Jackie, are amazing.
They're incredible people.
Yeah. The next question is, which team has not won a championship? The Sharks, and they're looking for one today. So we're learning that together. And then finally, there's one more question. Let's find out the answer. Let's see if we go 3 for 3. Taylor, I've been playing while we were listening to that. Which team has won the most championships?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna tell you in 5 seconds. Taylor can tell you. 3, 2, 1.
The Lions.
Yeah, there we go. We went 4 for 4. Let's go.
We did it. We're doing so good.
Oh my God. I know.
No, what are we
We
doing?
can have 5. Yeah.
Are we doing
works.
turkey?
Oh.
Turkey.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Let's go ahead and take a look at these rosters in the meantime before we go into that mirror race. Really quick, we'll just go over this. These are our teams that we've gone over earlier. I know who I'm looking out for. I can't say it enough. Taylor Sturgis is that dude, and he's been talking that smack, and I love to see it. Denise Nicole is a wild card right now, but I'm going to be looking at Archie for doing a lot of the strength stuff, and, of course, Ryan DeMatti.
So I'm definitely going to be looking at Eric Cardona and Paula Leyes because those are the heartbeat of the team right there, and definitely with all the high-skill gymnastics movements there. But I'm also going to be keeping my eye on Jasmine Simpson. She's nursing a shoulder injury, so we're going to see if that plays into effect in anything else across the match.
There we go. Let's go ahead and take a look at the other team real quick. Southwest Florida Sharks, of course. Let's see. Who can I name? Zion Zafra. I know he's hungry after that last match. He faulted out on the ladder, which he doesn't normally do. I know he's looking to make up for it. Sam Martin and Chelsea Rainieri, of course, the team captains. They are the heart of the team, and they really keep them alive. They coach each other, you know, like they're really good advocates and ambassadors of the sport and keeping people's chin up and keeping the energy up. So I'm excited to see more of them.
And in the last match, Valerie Gunn is said to say her name, so I'm saying her name.
There you go.
And Coach Vico has already said that they believe that she is definitely very underrated. She's incredibly strong, a very talented bodyweight specialist as well too. So you can see her all over. But also Nick Shappy as well too. He's always been on the cusp of MVP or utility specialist, but he is such a workhorse. So I know he is going to be him and Sammy Nally. They're going to be looking to push their teams across for the championship.
Definitely agree. I was about to circle Sammy after you said Nick, too. They're each other's counterpart, and that's awesome. But let's go ahead and come back after you learn more about the mirror. You don't want to go anywhere.
Mirror, the second race of every match, always features a barbell element. A male and a female barbell are placed in the first quadrant. Upon the start of the race, both are picked up by the team in any fashion by the 3 men and 3 women allowed in the race at any given time. Once the barbell leaves the ground, it may not touch the ground again until all reps are complete. If it does, the entire team must return to the start line before continuing. A set number of reps must be completed by both genders in each quadrant before the team can move on. Non-lifting players will act as the human rack to support the barbells as the team moves from quadrant to quadrant, and switches performing players players in the process as needed. Substitutions may happen at any time. Time stops when all reps are complete and the last player crosses the finish line. This strength-focused race has the most players on the grid at the same time and requires effective planning and practice to be executed well through coordination amongst players. Remember, don't drop the barbell in the mirror race.
And we're back. Welcome back. We're getting ready for this mirror. It's going to be hang, clean, and jerks, 10 in each quadrant. Men's weight is going to be 185. Women's weight is going to be 125. I mean, these two teams are going to fly through this. I mean, we saw some mistakes earlier from both of them, but I think the tensions are high, especially after what just happened. I don't think the Lions are going to let many more mistakes happen here.
Yeah, definitely.
Going head to head. Sharks lead by 2 points going into this one. Let's watch it. And they're off on the right side of your screen. That's Archie Andrade and Michelle Washington. On the other side of your screen, that left in green is going to be Blake Kidder and Jesse Coleman. Now, once again, the Lions are a championship team. They won 3 championships. They joined with the Aces, who won a championship. And a bunch of those people have won championships, except for maybe a few. The Sharks have never won a championship, and they're really hungry for it, save for a few that came from other teams, such as Blake Kidder, who played for the Atlanta Wild, the winning team last season. He decided to be on the Sharks because he thought they had a better chance of winning this season. Now, this is 10 hang, clean, and jerks. Whoever does it the fastest, you can't let that barbell drop to the ground, or else your whole team has to go back and do it again, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then right now, the Sharks is having a pretty clean transition, but the Lions is right there with them. But the barbell cycle team side on the Sharks is just moving so much faster. A lot of them are doing this clean and push press at the top where you're not rebending underneath. But they're looking like they're about to finish up and head into that 4th quadrant.
Definitely. Really clean transitions, especially from the men on the Sharks over here. Just so Lions made up a little bit of time, but I think it's pretty much gone. The Sharks are going through this so fast. Blake Kidder, Kelsey, Kiel on the left-hand side of your screen. Hands up for them. They got 2 reps remaining. The Lions fighting to have a hand up. Hands are up, and the Sharks are going to take that mirror. 2 for 2 so far.
The Sharks are moving with a purpose right now. You can just tell in their eyes. They're going one. I already see the look in their eyes right now. They're moving with so much haste right now. It's a little, it's like, it's sloppy, but it's not sloppy. Like, but you just see the tension. Like, they're trying to move quick. They don't even care if they're aggressive or not quite perfect. They just know that they're just trying to get to the end first. It's crazy.
I gotta tell you, the energy coming from this side of the grid, we're near the Sharks over here, and watching them come down, it gave me goosebumps. My hair stood up, you know what I mean? It was just absolutely electric, and their intensity. And speaking of intensity, we have a Shark on the grid ready to talk with Daniel. Go ahead, Daniel. Go ahead, Daniel.
We're here with Sam Martin of the Sharks. Sam, you got that C on your jersey. That means something, and it's a lot more than just being an athlete. You got to have some responsibility. You look at last year, you were in the same position with a chance to win a championship. What makes today different than last year?
After getting this captain role, I mean, I really know what to make of it, but my job was just to keep setting the bar high, talk that talk, walk that walk, wake up at 4:30, show everybody else I'm putting my hours and my time in. What's beautiful about this team this year is everybody rose to the occasion. Everybody keeps setting their bar just a little bit higher, and I'll set the bar high, but they push it even higher, so it challenges me too, so it's like an infectious energy, and I love it. That's what's different this season.
Well, it seems like that energy is long way to go, but really the way that you want to start, you couldn't ask for a better start. So congratulations, and hey, best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Jason, over to you.
So I'm here with Marco Medina. Now, Marco, you've been on the Lions for a very long time, since the beginning. You've been in championship matches before. How does that experience help you now, knowing that it's still all to play for on the grid?
At this moment that we started with 2 losses, we just have to stay together as a group. It has happened to us in the past. We just have to lock in and be ready for the next race.
Excellent. So hopefully you can feed that back to your team and you can make the next races great. Thank you so much. Back to you, Cassie.
Thanks for that, Jason. We just got word from the commissioner that they're throwing a super wild card over on the Lions for this ringer point race. I think it's a great idea. Ryan DeMatti. A super wild card can only be used once a season, and they are not happy about it. So it's going to be Ryan DeMatti, 2023 MVP for the Orlando Aces, now in the Fort Lauderdale Lions, going against Jesse Coleman. It's going to be 3 clean and jerks, 300 pounds for Ryan DeMatti, 210 pounds for Jesse Coleman. It was originally supposed to be Briley Smith. Fico Gomez is not happy about that, but everybody is locked in. Everybody's intense. The Lions finally, you know, piped down and are ready with that intensity. They are not playing around. It's not the same group of, you know, of keeping that energy up as we saw before. They're keeping that energy up, but in a very intense way this time. Let's watch it here. Three clean and jerks. I mean, Ryan DeMatti was about to run out of his shoes. He reaches the bar first. 3 clean and jerks. Ryan DeMatti finishes the first one. Jesse Coleman struggling with that second one. 1 remaining for Ryan DeMatti. 300 pounds. 2 remaining for Jesse Coleman. And Ryan DeMatti secures that ringer point race for the Fort Lauderdale Lions.
They needed that right there.
They definitely needed that impact chain. Goes over his head, and he is that big dog right now.
Oh, I think that definitely rattled Jesse right there, because they weren't used to that super wild card. So super wild card, it pretty much succeeds any substitution rules on the grid. So the fact that they threw that out there and I'll put Ryan DeMatti out there. Ryan had a very close call against JoJo in the last match, and I know he does not like to lose back-to-back. So this was definitely the momentum shift that the Lions needed on that one.
Yeah, it's a hard one. I don't think Jesse Coleman has lost that one before.
She is so incredibly strong.
She is strong, and it really just shook her up. She heard, oh, Ryan DeMatti is going against you. It wasn't who she thought it was, which is Briley Smith, and it kind of rattled her up. She was not happy about that outcome, but her team is comforting her. They're getting their head back in the game, but that is just the win that the Lions needed to kind of get back in the game, so to speak. It looks like Jesse Coleman did not finish, so she will 0 out for that ringer point. So the score might just be even right now. We'll have to wait for that official time. But let's go ahead and hear about that next race, the Echo.
The Echo race is made up of 4 stations of elements that each must be completed before moving on in the race. 1 male and 1 female are allowed on the grid at any given time, but only 1 player at a time can perform reps. Substitutions may happen at any time. Once the Echo race is complete, get ready, because the same race will be repeated 45 seconds later. This race is about managing fatigue with your best players and leveraging roster depth to keep performance at a max pace through the second Echo. Remember, get ready to do it again in the Echo race.
We are back. We're getting ready for this next race. It's the Echo.
Echo.
And it's called the Echo because it echoes. You're going to do it twice with 45 seconds of rest in between, which is not much. So go ahead and tell them what they can look forward to here, Taylor.
All right. In the first quadrant, we have 40 reps of a kettlebell movement at 53 pounds. The man will be performing squat snatches, and the women will be performing snatches. And the next quadrant, we have 15 5-inch deficit freestanding handstand push-ups, followed by 15 man ball ring muscle-ups with a 6-pound ball, and then 15 reps of barbell movements at 205 pounds. The man will be performing clusters, which is a squat clean into a thruster, and the women will be performing just cleans.
That's right, Taylor. Now, the score is 4 for the Sharks, 3 for the Fort Lauderdale Lions. Both of them have a 0 on the board. It's been a while for the Sharks since they've had a 0 on the board. The last time, I believe, was maybe to the Bandits at the beginning of the Dallas weekend, but definitely a hard one. Both of these teams have gone undefeated. The Lions side is absolutely electric. So much energy coming from them. I love the intensity. Some of these people have been here all day to watch these teams. Orlando's a big hub for grid, so make sure that you come and watch the next one next time it's in town. But we're getting ready for that Echo. What do you make of this one, Taylor?
Oh my goodness. I think that after that ringer point, it definitely shook up the Sharks. They had the momentum swing going for them. So now with that shake up and Ryan DeMatti doing what he does right there, it just changed the tide a little bit. in. And here, this match format, the Echoes, this favors both teams very well. But I'm going to be looking at Paula and Eric to kind of be the workhorses in that middle. And it's all going to be about who gets to that barbell first. If the Sharks doesn't get to, if the Lions doesn't get to that barbell first before the Sharks, it's going to be very hard to keep up with the strong team over there.
Definitely. Echo is going to be one person working at a time. You cannot work at the same time. It's going to be starting off. Let's go ahead and see what is going to happen here. This Echo race is going to be very intense for these two. We just have to see what to make of it.
And I'm going to be looking at who they're going to be using for the kettlebell work. Are they going to be having just the women do it, or are they going to be seeing a mix of the men and women? It's going to be a lot quicker for the women to perform the snatches as opposed to the men having to work a little bit of the balance going to the squat snatch.
Yes, exactly. That's a good point, because you don't have to do that full range of motion of going all the way down and standing up, so it'll be a lot faster.
Stand by.
Echo is back-to-back. They're starting off with Kelsey Kiel here on your left-hand side. Looks like she's going to be doing the brunt of the kettlebell work. Oh, and she was not hitting the standard. Brandon was not happy with what she was doing. She might have been out to the side a little bit too much. Now he's saying that she's doing the right reps. Jasmine Simpson, on the other hand, on the other side, absolutely crushing that. Just going straight into it, not really going into a swing, just almost strict. Marcos Medina squat snatching even so fast. Wow.
So fast. And you typically don't see many men do this only because it requires a lot of balance and full range of motion. And Marcos is a taller athlete, but he actually does a great job of pulling himself straight down into that squat and standing up hard. But Kelsey is actually doing all the reps, so we're going to see if
wow,
this is...
that was so many for Kelsey. That was about half of them. They're going to put in Valerie Gunning now. That she's kind of a closer with the kettlebell. She goes really fast. Marcos Medina on the other side, they're able to make up a little bit of time here. It looks like they closed the gap by at least one rep for the Southwest Florida Sharks. Who's that? Michelle Washington over there for the Lions on your right-hand side. Chipping away, hand in the air. 6 remaining for the Sharks, 2 remaining for the Lions. Quentin Ambrosio is ready to do those freestanding handstand push-ups, and Eric Cardona is already on them. You got to go as quickly as possible. Eric Cardona is able to just go straight into it over there. Quentin has to kind of go back into like a stand and put himself back in that position. So yeah, it's definitely a hard one. Paula Leyes is going to take over, and Eric is going to go ahead and get onto the rings. He's already swinging, and he is up there. Quentin is going to be tagging out for Chelsea Rainieri. 5 reps remaining here. David Blatt looks like he's getting ready to get onto the rings. 1 rep remaining for Chelsea, and David Blatt is going to go ahead and start those. Eric Cardona well into his reps. 15 of these total.
Yeah, Eric Cardona started off with a little bit of butterfly muscle-ups, but then he started losing his momentum a little bit, but he saw how much of a lead, so he just went to a traditional ring muscle-up, which is actually very smart to make sure that he had good reps. So David Blatt over here, he's such a high-skill gymnast, and he started off with a few butterflies just to increase that cycle speed, but they are very fast, especially with Paul on the other side.
Yeah, she's able to do those butterfly ring muscle-ups, making up time. 3 remaining for the Sharks. That gave them a little bit of chance to catch up, perhaps, but 15 clusters. Ryan DeMatteis on the bar, 205 pounds for clean, with Trisha Davis waiting. I mean, that's not who you want to see on the other side of the grid. Zion Zafra starting his over here for the Southwest Florida Sharks. Breezy Lane's coming. Trisha Davis on the barbell now. No hands up yet, but the Lions are well into their reps compared to the Sharks here. 5 reps remaining. Briley Smith is coming out. Short in stature, but very, very strong. Breezy Lane's trying to do as many as she can to kind of give some time. 90 seconds remaining on the time cap, but 1 rep remaining for Briley Smith, and the Lions are going to take Echo 1.
This is good. This is very important for them because they get a little bit more rest than the Sharks, and so they got to come back down, regroup. They don't need to change nothing with what they did before. Kelsey Kiel had a lot of no reps, but they kind of put them behind at the beginning, and so I'm looking for Kelsey to kind of fix that and change that, but let's see how tired she is and if they can just switch up that differential at the beginning.
Yeah, that's right. It looks like she was just a little bit in front for those kettlebell snatches. She had to have it just above her shoulder. You know, you have to make that straight line with your body. So it's unfortunate, but it does happen. And it looks like the Lions were able to take that one. Now, if the Sharks are able to come back from that one, that's a different story. But right now, there's only 45 seconds in between, 15 seconds remaining on that 45 seconds. So it looks like they're about to run the exact same thing, or at least the strategy that they had planned in the first place. There's not a lot of time to re-strategize or do anything like that. 5 seconds until the start of Echo 2. Let's see it. Can they come back? Sammy Nally's coming out for the kettlebells. There we go, and those are to standard. Jasmine Simpson on the other side doing the same thing. Jasmine Simpson maybe going just a hair faster than Sammy here, but it looks like they're going to be doing less substitutions. That's kind of the strategy that the Lions have been going with here. Jamie Gold is telling Jasmine to kind of hurry up a little bit. Jasmine did a lot of work in that first match of the day, though. She did the burn of the work for the playoffs, for the strength for the women's side, and I feel like the Sharks just have maybe some more fresh players, and especially the fact that they competed earlier in the day than the Lions did. So Lions are at a slight disadvantage going into this one, I would say.
Yeah, and Jasmine Simpson, like, she's definitely dealing with a shoulder injury. I spoke with her afterwards because she was definitely in noticeable pain after the first match, and she is hurting, but at the end of the day, Jasmine's a dog, so she's going to do whatever she needs to do to make sure that she's putting all her effort out there to get them on the other side. But the Sharks is definitely, they cleaned it up, and look at the kettlebell. The kettlebell must finish behind them. Kelsey had it at the top, and that's why she was getting faulted, but so this one now, they cleaned that up, and it's definitely a much closer race now.
There we go. Quentin Ambrosio starting on those handstand push-ups for the Southwest Florida Sharks over here. And they're going as fast as they can to do what they can, because they need to get that win over the Fort Lauderdale Lions, because it looks like they've kind of taken it away from them. I mean, the Lions are looking great on these, though. 3 reps remaining for the Southwest Florida Sharks, 3 reps remaining for the Fort Lauderdale Lions. They're very close this time. They were able to fix the mistakes that they made last time. And David Blatt is off to the rings, but Julio Delgado already got a rep in. Julio Delgado is proving himself to be an amazing player this season. He was really missed when they were in the Dallas matches, but now that he's back, the Lions are doing such a great job here.
Yeah, and it is such, having him back is definitely huge for the Lions right there, because it takes a lot of pressure off of Eric having to do all the volume, and it definitely helps Paula as well too. So having Julio back is huge. So that you're gonna see them get Ryan down there. They called back a huge lead. The Sharks, they're kind of panicking right now. They just need to come down, stay in control, and they'll be all right.
Definitely. It's unfortunate, you know. It looks like both of these teams are pretty fatigued, especially the Sharks. We saw this happen in the championship match last season. 1 rep remaining for Chelsea Rainieri. She didn't know that she had 1 rep remaining. Derek Anderson is going to be coming in and helping her get up on the rings. But, I mean, the Lions have been working on that barbell for a good few reps.
And Trish Davis right now, this is what she does right here. It used to be her and I being able to share the work, but she is doing both of this. She's the lone girl over there on the Lions side, and nobody will know that she's playing under pain right now.
Definitely. Both of these teams crushing it. Fort Lauderdale Lions, 1 rep remaining, and showboating. I like that Briley Smith attitude over there on the Lions. The Lions are kind of, you know, talking that talk this season. I kind of like the turn of the franchise to be kind of this, you know, very visceral team, and it's fun to watch. Sharks with a few reps remaining over here, but well over a minute left on the time cap, so they have plenty of time to finish within. The Fort Lauderdale Lions were able to change the tide, starting off with, you know, 2 points to go into it for the first 3 matches.
And this is why I love this sport so much. So we saw a little bit of a mistake on the Lions side with the substitution rules, so they got a 0 there. But then you saw the Lions come back and hit them with a little substitution rules mix-up, and they allowed the Sharks to get their first 0. And so you seeing the shift of energy here, but there's still a lot of match to be played.
There's so much match to be played, and I can't wait to see more of it. I'm going to go ahead and send it to my friend Daniel on the grid. Daniel?
We're here on the Sharks sideline with Quentin Ambrosio. Quentin, we just saw you doing your thing in the Echo. We get to see your thing in a burpee backflip ringer later. What does it mean to be able to be a bodyweight specialist and be able to impact so much in this big of a championship match?
You know, the big thing for me is being able to take my skills from previous sports. I might not be able to move any of the weights, but I can provide, you know, that high skill bodyweight movements. Just trying to make up as much time or get any kind of a lead, and that's kind of what it means to be in that special role. You know, any bodyweight movement, that's your opportunity to make up time or get ahead and help out the team.
Well, you've been crushing it all season. Best of luck the rest of the way. Appreciate it. Jason, over to you.
Okay, guys. We on? So I was supposed to be speaking to Briley Smith, who was going to be taking on the ringer, but we had a last-minute swap. Ryan DeMatti, during the playoff match, we talked about ringer redemption. Unfortunately, you didn't get it. It's rare we see it in the same day. How was it going out and winning a ringer after what happened in the playoff match?
I mean, you live one race at a time, you know. Dominic Toretto said it best, I live my life a quarter mile at a time, so, you know, kind of carrying that mentality. Jamie trusted me to do this, especially pulling that super wild card out, so I had to couldn't let her down twice, so dug deep, got it done. Happy to be able to do one for my team and kind of spark that momentum moving forward.
Awesome. So we didn't get to see you do the ringer, but we saw you do some very important clusters at the end. How painful were they?
Honestly, the adrenaline was just high. We had a little bit of a lead from our gymnastics specialists, Eric and Julio and Paula. They just crushed it, so we got a good lead. So it wasn't really stressful to knock those out at the end. And he started off the first 5, so like, we're blessed having a good team like this. Like, we got depth, we got passion, and we're all here together. It's been exciting.
Awesome. Well, we've got a ladder coming up, so I'll let you guys get ready for that. Back to you, Cassie.
Thanks for that, Jason. 2 people that are exactly who I wanted to hear from. They're so much fun. But let's learn more about this next race. It's going to be some strength. Don't go anywhere.
The ladder consists of 2 rows of 4 stations of a strength-based element. 1 row for males and 1 row for females. The weight increases as you move down the grid. Teams send out 1 player at a time, alternating male and female, to perform the designated lift for the match format. Each successful lift has a point value that is added to the team's ladder score. The point value is equal to the quadrant the barbell is sitting in. Players are allowed 1 lift attempt per quadrant and may skip any quadrant they choose, but are never allowed to backtrack once a barbell is passed. The team with the highest total point value at the end of the 4-minute time cap wins. This race is one of the most strategic and coach-reliant of all of the races. As a good game plan and in-the-moment decision-making, to manage time is everything. Remember, lift heavier and score higher in the ladder race.
My name's Kevin Kist. I'm the owner of RTS Barbell here in Cincinnati, Ohio. With Gym Desk, we've been able to add about 100 new members in the last 3 months, as well as hundreds of day pass visitors. And so much of that is due to the ease of setup that Gym Desk allows us and the individuals coming in. And it just makes it simple and makes it really easy. The Gym Desk has allowed us to save time, automatically organizes, members, visitors, revenue. It allows me to send messaging right from the platform to communicate with the community, so it's been phenomenal.
It's all very streamlined, it's all high tech. Like he said, we get a lot of compliments on like how cool it is, how easy it is to use. Like people haven't seen anything like it before.
Gym Desk is awesome because it simplifies our members' ability to join, our visitors' ability to visit, and our ability to serve.
And we are back. We're getting ready for this ladder race. Go ahead and tell them the actual factuals, Taylor.
All right, so for this ladder, you're going to see the athletes perform 2 deadlifts plus 1 clean. The man's weight is going to increase from 250 to 275, 300, and 325 on that last bar. The women's weight is going to go from 155, 175, 195, and 215 pounds. How this will happen, the athletes will progress through the grid trying to accumulate as many reps as they can and hitting the corresponding bar. So if they hit the 4th bar, they gain 4 points for their team. If they hit the 1st bar, they get 1 point. So each athlete has the opportunity to gain 10 points for their respective team.
That's right. This is my second favorite ladder, I have to say. It's 2 deadlifts, 1 clean. when you see them do it touch and go, it's really fun and exciting and impressive. And even when they don't, and it just looks really hard, it's also really impressive because it's just like, oh man, like that could be like your max clean and you have to do 2 deadlifts first. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And it's like you're doing all this work with the deadlifts. If you miss that clean, you're just wasting so much time on there. So now it's not about the how heavy you can lift, but how fast can you go. So you may see a lot of the athletes skip that first bar because it's not worth it. Go 2, 3, 4, just kind of like the snatch and hinge snatch. It's such a longer movement. So I'm looking for more people to skip that first one and just focus on second, third, and fourth.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because in case you're wondering, if you fault on a deadlift, which you can if you don't hit that full extension, we've seen it happen before. If you don't hit that full extension for the deadlift, you just got to move on because you can't redo that deadlift because it's part of the complex. You have to hit a clean deadlift, hit another clean deadlift, and hit that clean.
Exactly. So you can't go back and be like, oh shoot, I'll do another one. Nope, that complex is done. You got to move forward. You can try again the next bar, or you can just run off.
That's right. You have to send in 5 men, 5 females, alternating 1 man, 1 female, 1 man, 1 female, or vice versa. But we're gonna see how these teams fare against each other as far as strength goes. You want to send out your fastest and strongest athletes first. Whoever could hit all 4 bars, so to speak, because whatever quadrant you're in, that's how many points you're gonna get. If you're in the 3rd quadrant, you're gonna get 3 points. If you're in the 4th quadrant, you're gonna get 4 points, right?
Exactly. And so this one is gonna definitely be a lot longer than a snatch, hang snatch, but it's such a simpler movement to it. So I'm gonna be looking for their shoulders to get behind there and see how many athletes can power clean as opposed to squat clean.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting one. I know that the Sharks have been feeling good about their ladders and the Lions as well. So it's really a toss-up here.
The last match, it was the Lions' first ladder
Oh, that was their first ladder win. So they're feeling good about it today, perhaps, is a better way to put it. The Lions are sending out Archie Andrade on the right hand of your screen. On the left, it's going to be Breezy Lanes. Both of them going to that first bar. Breezy Lanes finished first. The Sharks always kind of send Breezy out first because she can kind of play around with all of those girl weights and do it as quickly as she can. She's a large athlete, so she's very tall, but she's fast at what she does just because it's so light for her.
One of the fastest. And I'm looking at Archie. Archie needs to move a little bit faster because he's taking a lot of time there, and Jamie is telling him to move off so he doesn't waste too much time on the grid.
That's right. Archie finishing off, and Michelle Washington came in on the right-hand side of the screen for the Lions. On the left, that's Blake Kidder. Blake Kidder's been playing a game with himself that he's trying to get the fastest ladder times out of all the ladders in the league. So it looks like that's kind of what he's doing today. He's going so fast on these, just running to the next bar. We usually don't see him move this fast. He's kind of just playing around with it. Deadlift, can he hit that clean? Very nice power clean from Blake Kidder.
I know he's definitely playing through an injury,
yeah.
So you see him move a little bit more with caution just to make sure that he's hitting everything right.
That's right. We have so many people watching from all over the place. Grid athletes, spectators, fans from all over the world. I mean, this is as good as a ladder matchup as you can get. Both of these teams extremely skilled. The Lions, when they were making it to the playoffs at their height, this was kind of the match format that we would see a lot. Jessie Coleman with that 4th bar, and she is up. But the Lions, more or less, Jamie Gold is familiar with this match format. She used to have players like Emiliana Guerra and Laura Sanchez, who is now Dampierre, play in these kinds of match formats. So she kind of knows how to play around with it, so to speak.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking at Zion right now. He had 2 costly misses in the 3rd and 4th quadrant in the last match, and I'm pretty sure he had his teammates hyping him up. I'm pretty sure we're not going to see him make that same mistake now.
Yeah, definitely. Ryan DeMatti's coming out for that 2nd quadrant. Zion Zafra hitting that 3rd bar, but can he clear this particular ladder? We will find out in just a second. Can he hit that clean? And that is a good clean for Zafra. He's going to get out of there. Ryan DeMatti moving on to that 4th bar. He's going to grip it. Deadlift, and clean. Oh! Good thing he kept those elbows up. He was fighting for it. Good job from him. And Kelsey Kiel on this side, she's more of a strength-biased utility player. She's really good at these kinds of things, and these complexes is kind of where she shines.
That was definitely a big pickup for the Sharks with getting her. She's such a versatile athlete, incredibly strong, but she does have an engine and can do gymnastics as well, too. And then you see my girl, Jasmine Simpson, on the other side, making light work. Wait to this win over here. She's not worried about no injury, but she went through that really fast.
Yeah, definitely. I love how the team is hyping up Jasmine Simpson every time she gets off the grid because they know she's hurting every time she's doing it. But she's got to do what she's got to do for her team. Derek Anderson has been part of the Sharks in their inception. Every single year, he's such a great asset for them to do what he needs to do and kind of be that veteran figure for them. So shout out to him. Maybe this is his first time ever going to win a championship because the Sharks have never won a championship in league history. And Megan Medeiros is coming out on the other side for the Fort Lauderdale Lions. That she was traditionally a bodyweight specialist on your team, Taylor.
Yeah, she started out as a bodyweight specialist, and over the years she just kept getting stronger and stronger, and we were able to use her all over the grid. So now she was actually the first bodyweight specialist to clear a full ladder, and she has been proving herself each year.
Yeah, definitely. Jamie Gold told her to get off the grid, and it's Valerie Gunning on this side doing as much as she can as well. Julio Delgado is going for that third bar. He was sprinting for it, and Nick Shappy was able to get that one in under that cap. Wow. So unofficially, according to the unofficial score, it was tied. I don't know if that will stand, but we're going to find out in just a second. Thankfully, I saw that because that would be crazy. Nobody knows it except for us.
Oh, my goodness.
We're holding a secret in our hands right now, Taylor.
No, I'm interested because on this side, it looked like Nick's shoulders weren't really fully opened up here, and where the angle where the refs are, I don't think they saw it, but so he may have gotten away with a couple of potential no refs with not being able to open up his hips. So, but I don't know. I don't think he got the bar at the last end, but I couldn't see what Julio did on the last end if he got the bar or not. But this is going to come down to the end.
Well, Daniel's going to get that official score for us, but right now I'm in disbelief. It looks like they're holding on to the grid for just a second while they get that score, but exciting stuff to say the very least, Taylor. That one had me, ooh.
Look, I think I said earlier, the Lions, the last match was their first ladder win of the whole season. And for them to be pulling out their good stuff during the playoffs and championships, this is what it's about. Both these teams are hungry, and it's going up and down, and I believe it's going to go all the way to the end.
I know it hurts. The Sharks are feeling a little bit of that post-traumatic stress that they felt last season of going undefeated and being blown out in the playoffs. Not that, in the championship, not that they're being blown out, but the potential of not winning and the fact that they're usually a very dominant team and they're having to fight so hard, if that makes sense.
You have to, but this is also what you want to see in a championship.
Oh,
you don't want to see anybody get blown out. You want to see the best of the best out there going next to each other. And these teams have been beyond dominant, and a lot of there has been some speculation with the depth of the Lions team and if they're going to be able to hang with the Sharks over here. And they're doing a good job. But also, the Sharks, they are hungry, so they're looking to just try to hold their composure and just finish up a lot stronger than what they have been over the years.
Yeah, I mean, it's an exciting one for sure. I couldn't ask for a more compelling championship. I hope everybody at home is having fun. We're waiting on that official score from Daniel, but in the meantime, go ahead and comment down below where you're from. I want to know. Jason's come here all the way from England, but it looks like Daniel has a score for us. Daniel, please tell me who won. Is it a tie?
All right, the ladder results are in, and it's going to be the Sharks taking it by a score of 64-60. Sharks pick up a much-needed race win. Cassie, we're going to throw it back to you to keep this action going.
Oh, man, just by a hair, just by that last quadrant, they were able to take that one. Definitely really exciting. I wasn't expecting that, but what a fight it was.
That's what you want to see. With something complex that's that slow, it's all about how many athletes you get through.
Yeah.
And I think that the Sharks just got a few more athletes more than what the Lions did. That's why speed is incredibly important on the longer.
Well said. Let's go ahead and take it to Daniel on the grid in just a second. Daniel?
We'll see. We're here with Kelsey Kiel and Breezy Lions. Breezy, we'll start with you.
Perfect.
You've been here a while.
Yes.
All right. This Sharks team in comparison to last year's Sharks team, what is different?
I mean, the passion, the commitment, like everyone doing their job, showing up for each other on days I don't want to go to the gym or the days I don't want to stay at the gym. I swear I get a video from one of these girls kicking ass and I'm like, well, can't go home yet.
Speaking of kicking ass, Kelsey, first year, you hear things like Rookie of the Year, and now you have the opportunity to win a championship. How special has this first season been for you?
It's been the best thing in the world, honestly. Like I said it a couple weeks ago, this team made me believe again, and it's so true. Yeah.
Well, keep it rolling. Best of luck the rest of the way. Jason, back to you.
Thank you for that. We're a little bit pressed for time, but we'll be back to Jason in just a minute. It looks like the Sharks just found out that they won. That was that little excited reaction that you saw at the end. But we're getting ready for this burpee backflip ringer. It's going to be Quentin Ambrosio from the Sharks versus Eric Cardona of the Fort Lauderdale Lions. Now, I just saw Quentin practicing these. Just the practice, which isn't like, like the pressure and the, feeling that you get when you're actually doing it and like fighting to the death for it. I can't even like walk that fast as he was doing those burpee backflips. But Eric Cardona is a great athlete and he is very consistent. So it's just about who can do it the fastest. But I don't know which way to lean here. There's a lot going on. Let's take a look at those game faces. They're gonna start any second now. But
both of them are former bodyweight specialists of the year.
Yes.
And both are best in the game, so it's going to be fun.
The score is all tied up now. We're going to see if the tides can change here. Eric Cardona versus Quentin Ambrosio. Veteran versus veteran. Let's see who can do it faster. They're just about rep for rep so far. Eric, oh, wow. It looks like Quentin Ambrosio beat him by just a second on the sprint.
Oh, a stumble. They were both actually tied neck and neck. And on Eric's last rep, he slipped a little bit.
Yeah.
They took, oh, man.
That was an amazing showing for Quentin. It was just what they needed here. They were tied. The Sharks were able to pull out that win. It looks like they're not happy with something that happened on the Shark side. I don't know if they're planning on throwing a challenge flag.
They already used their challenge flag, remember?
No, they got it back because they had an inactive player, so they just got it back. But ooh, yeah, a lot of stuff happening. I like these Fins Go Sharks signs. Oh yeah, the kids are out over here for the Southwest Florida Sharks, those kiddos. But what an exciting ringer.
Shout out to CrossFit Uncanny. I think that's the kids CrossFit class from, those are the kids that Sam Martin teach out there. So they came to show their love and support for Coach Sam Martin out there. So it's cool to see them come out and see their coach in action over here. So shout out to Uncanny and those amazing athletes over there.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're great.
What an amazing story. Well, we just finished that ringer. You know what that means. We will be back in just a second. We're getting ready to see how the bodyweight specialists pair against each other. I don't want you to go anywhere. A lot of exciting stuff happening. Still anybody's match. And we're going to find a champion today.
Jack and Jill features 3 stations of high-level bodyweight-based elements that increase in difficulty moving down the grid. 1 male and 1 female are allowed on the grid at any given time, and only 1 player can be working at a time. The team can only move on to the next station when the previous station is complete. This race is the simplest when it comes to rules, but the most reliant on player skill and speed, as the hyper specialists often make the difference in the race. Remember, let the bodyweight ninjas fly in the Jack and Jill race.
And we are back. We're getting ready for Jack and Jill go up the hill, as I learned earlier, to get some water.
But Jack fell down.
Yes.
And broke his crown.
Poor crown.
And Jill came tumbling after.
Yeah, there we go. go. At least it wasn't the ringer point crown.
Oh, yes. That was beautiful.
Those were sick. If you haven't watched that, go back and watch it. We screened it around 2:45. But go ahead and tell them what they can look forward to specifically here.
All right, we have 10 handstand walks where the athletes must walk all the way into the second quadrant and back to the start, and that equals 1 rep. And then you have 1 med ball handstand walk with a 6-pound ball where they have to walk on their hands all the way to past the third quadrant and then all the way back. And then they finish with the length of the grid with a sled drag handstand walk. So a lot of inversions is going to be happening right now with these amazing athletes.
Oh man, this is one of my favorite Jack and Jills because it's just, I mean, to referee it, when I refereed it, it was very complicated.
It's so complicated.
There's so much to consider. It's the tag. If you have to tag your same gender, you have to make sure that, you know, 2 of the same gender is not on the grid. And we see that happen at least once every time that we've seen this match format, at least when everybody played it. You know what I mean? Not necessarily a championship match. That's not the kind of rookie mistakes that we would see here, but we've definitely seen a lot of it. So much could go wrong. It's a dance. This one is definitely a dance.
It is a dance. And
well,
both
that's
teams,
me. Hi, Mom.
And both teams have some incredibly fast handstand walkers over here. So it's going to be it's all going to come down to this first one. This first one, like you said, is so complicated with the tag and the position and who goes and making sure that your entire body has crossed the line before you kick down. So if you kick down too soon, you must walk back to the previous hash mark and start from there, which is very time consuming.
Yeah, definitely. The crowd is absolutely electric here in Kissimmee, Florida here today. We're having so much fun here in the Kissimmee Civic Center, having a great time. So many people came to watch Grid live just to watch the sport, which is absolutely amazing. But let's see how these bodyweight specialists fare against each other. We saw the ladder, the Sharks reign victorious, and it's anybody's match still. But the Sharks are seeming to come out on top as of late. All right, Quentin Ambrosio is coming out for the Southwest Florida Shark, and he is going to turn around and go back, followed by Valerie Gunning. Eric Cardona just doing a bunch of quadrants to himself for the Fort Lauderdale Lions. He is a ninja on his hands. Look at him go. I mean, he's switching out for Julio Delgado now. Now the females are coming out. Valerie Gunning for the Southwest Florida Sharks is going. This is one of those where I don't even know what to look, Taylor. I just keep on going back and forth because all of them are just so amazing.
It's so fast. And you see the Lions, they utilize 3 of their guys to go down and back 3 times. And then they had Jasmine Simpson on the other side to start it off for the women. But Jasmine is arguably one of the fastest handstand walkers in the league. But the Sharks over here, they have so many good handstand walkers over here. So it's going to be so fast.
Yeah, definitely. David Blatt is coming out. It looks like the Sharks have a very slight lead against the Lions here. Whatever strategy they chose to start off with seems to be working out for them. But Quentin Ambrosio is going on this side, and he is also very good on his hands. Just a bunch of walkers, upside down walkers out here on the grid. 3 reps remaining for the Sharks, 4 reps remaining for the Lions. You got to get there and back. You got to make sure you're hitting that tag. We see that happening right there with Roderick Holloway on the left. Jesse Coleman almost kicked Roderick Holloway. Roderick Holloway is amazing at these very big gymnastics, guys.
Yeah, and you see the Lions are slowing down a little bit, and so you see Jasmine right there. She probably could have done like a whole quadrant by herself. She actually can go down and back in like less than 20 seconds. But right now the Sharks have already kicked up and working on their med ball handstand walls right now.
Yeah, it looks like they do have a slight lead going into this. Sammy Nally is upside down on her hands, med ball in between her legs, and she's already on the way back. Jasmine Simpson, I believe, on the Lions side is upside down. She just hit that 3rd quadrant. She has to turn around and go back, but it's going to give it to Julio Delgado. And there on the headstand drag. Oh, something happened. There was a slight fault. Oh, because Sammy faulted. She didn't control herself on the handstand. That's going to cost them. Wow.
Whoa, it just opened up. Man. It just opened up. It just opened up.
The Lions are able to take it. Eric Cardona upside down. Valerie Gunning upside down. Cardona has a slight lead here. Valerie Gunning is making up time. Oh, she
just
kicks
a fall.
down.
Just a fall. Oh, she's getting tangled up. She's getting tangled up.
In the sled.
Oh, wow.
Eric Cardona is going to bring that sled all the way across. He's walking sideways sideways. What a show off. Look at that guy. And the Lions take the Jack and Jill.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, I see Fico holding. Oh, I see Fico holding the challenge. Is he going to throw it? He threw it. He threw it, but he picked it back up. But that was a costly fall in no rep. With Nally on the med ball handstand walk. I missed it, but it looked like maybe she didn't walk all the way through there. But the Lions was able to hold their composure and keep everything clean. And once you get Eric Cardona over there on the other side with a lead on there, it's very, very hard to catch him on that side.
Yeah, it was definitely a tough one. There was so many things to look at, right? I don't even know where to begin. I didn't even see where Sammy Nally faulted, you know what I mean? Because there was just so many things to look at and so many elements. Valerie Gunning got shook up because that happened. She had to go back to the start line. It shook her confidence a little bit when they going into that with a lead. But we're going to find out in just a second what happened. If Fico plans on throwing that challenge flag at all. He dropped it on the ground, then picked it up like if he dropped it by accident. But we saw him take it out of his pocket.
Is it worth it?
He double thought about it, so maybe he'll keep it in his pocket. But in the meantime, we're going to hear from our sponsors. You're going to learn about the next race. We'll be right back.
Well, it looks like we got a challenge flag thrown by Fico Gomez, head coach of the Sharks. He's saying that Sammy Nally on the med ball handstand walk on her last rep, that she actually crossed the line before coming down. The referees faulted it, so they're going to take a look at it. They'll review it. When we get a ruling, we'll be back with you. Cassie?
Alrighty, we got a challenge flag. You know what that means. We're going to play the game. It might be the last game that we have, friends, so let's do it all together as if we haven't been playing the entire time. I hope we're high on the leaderboard, or else that would be sad because we're paid by this. But we're going to find out if Fico Gomez's challenge flag gets, taken or not. Because remember, if you win the challenge, you get to keep it. If not, you lose it. But let's go ahead and scan that QR code that you see at the top of the screen. I'm going to do it as well. Hi. We're going to do it together. Let me sign in. I hope you're signed in. You get entered into a raffle. We got a grand prize coming out today at some point, and you're definitely going to hear from us because now we have your information to win prizes. Give it just a second so we can play. Oh, very fancy. Let's get a look at Brandon over here on the grid. Oh, Daniel has a ruling for us. Daniel?
We're back with the ruling. It looks like the referees were correct. They got this one right. It was a fault. She did not cross the line. So the call on the grid was correct. It's going to stand, and the Lions are going to take this. Cassie?
Oh, man, it looks like the Sharks lose their challenge flag.
Yeah, and so it's still a lot of race left. So if something happened later on in the match where definitely there was a missed call, they don't have that challenge flag to throw back out there. So they can only hope now for a coach's review if there was something that was off. So that's the beauty of only having one challenge flag now.
Yeah, definitely. That referee review is definitely going to come into play. It's an unfortunate ruling there for them, but we're going to get set up for that next race. In the meantime, we're getting ready for this trivia. I hope you scanned. I hope you hit that link that's down below so you can click it and join us for that game. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and hear from our sponsors, learn a little bit about the next race, and we'll be right back.
The Triad is the only race in which there is a male and a female version performed separately. It consists of 5 elements, each with 3 stations that must be completed individually. 3 players can be on the grid at any given time. All players can perform at any station and in any order. But all of the designated reps must be performed at each station. All 3 stations of each element must be complete before the team can move on to the next element. The Triad is all about player conditioning and managing fatigue across the team. The best strategy ensures players have enough left in the tank for the last element and has backup plans for when things inevitably go wrong. Remember, try to catch your breath in the Triad race.
When I was 10 years old, my house burned down. The feeling of celebrating Christmas with your family, being happy, to all of a sudden losing everything. My parents did a really, really good job of not letting it affect the rest of our existence.
Keep your lower back neutral though, so you're only feeling that in your upper back. My name is Melissa Caporo. I am a performance physical therapist in the CrossFit space, and I own my own practice that I run out of CrossFit West Chase in Largo called the Stoic Physio. So the mission that I have at the Stoic Physio is to create and maintain strong and resilient humans, whether that's physically or mentally. And that I do through my philosophy of keeping people moving and working people through strength movements, mobility movements. The thing that I love about what I do is I can have so much of an impact on an athlete that they see differences even from session to session. So seeing them start to come to me with some sort of pain that's limiting them from what they're able to do, and then making so much progress, and I see them able to lift the weights that they weren't able to lift and do the skills that they weren't able to do, really, really hits home for me. And it's a testament to what the work that my patients put in, but also the things that we're doing are the right thing.
And we are back. We're getting ready for the female triad. Score is all tied up right now. We're going to see how the genders fare against each other before we hit that last race of the day. Taylor, go ahead and tell them what they can look forward to here.
All right, for the women's triad, we're going to start off with 16 double kettlebell hang clean and jerks. Women's weight is going to be 35 pounds, followed by 8 bar muscle ups, and then 2 legless rope climbs to a 12-inch height, followed by 8 shoulder to overheads with a weight at 115, and then finishing with a nasty 16 reps of a deck to squat over box jump over at 24 inches.
That's right. Now, this is going to be an interesting one. We've seen so many kettlebells today, Taylor. Maybe more than we've seen all season. And if anybody can move them, it's these two teams, and it's going to be fun. I mean, there's been a lot of outcomes that nobody expected here today.
Definitely. And I know in the last match I said that race format for the triad was my least favorite. This is my second least favorite right here. Well, but actually it's a little bit better for me. But those deck to squat box jump overs at the end, they are nasty. And if you don't want to rerun something, this is a race right here that you do not want to rerun. So they got the arguably two of the worst triads that they had to do all day today.
Definitely. I couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, I've never personally been on the grid. I mean, I've been on the grid, just not doing the sport. But it looks painful, to say the very least. And I can't wait to see how they fare against each other, because we're going to find the best female team in the league, which is basically whoever wins this female triad. Don't you agree?
Yeah, of course. And the Lions, they won their first women's triad last match, so let's see if they can keep it up with them this way. But the Sharks are so good at the triad, so let's see how they do.
Definitely. From right to left, you're looking at Trisha Davis, Paula Leyes, and Janine Nicole for the Fort Lauderdale Lions. For the Southwest Florida Sharks, you're looking at Sedona Townsend, Valerie Gunning, Sammy Nally for the Southwest Florida Sharks.
Oh, this is going to be the tale of transitions right here. That middle portion, we've been seeing it a lot in the playoffs and now in the championship, where that middle portion is kind of going to decide who is probably going to be holding on to the end. That bar muscle up going to the leg rope climb, that's a lot of bicep fatigue. So I'm interested to see how these ladies hold up with that transition to the legless.
Definitely. The score is all tied up right now. It looks like the Sharks were able to get to the bar first and get that rep in. It looks like they're on those 8 bar muscle ups. These are easy for these ladies. Everybody on the grid can pretty much do these unbroken, and they're just amazing athletes. Whoever is on the grid right now really deserves to be in this championship match.
Tired. Both of them already done a full match. One has been resting a little bit longer. The other one is all hyped up off of adrenaline, off of a really close match right here. But at the end of the day, they all know what's at stake right now, so they are all attacking this right now.
Yup, it's just those 2 legless rope climbs to 12 feet, which is that white tape you'll see them get to. Got to control yourself a little bit on the way down before you get back. She did make contact with that. It looks like the Sharks are the first ones to the barbells. Lady Sharks ahead ahead here. Lady Sharks have been killing it this season as far as the female triads go. A little bit of a struggle over here for the Fort Lauderdale Lions. Michelle Washington finished that last rep. Sorry, Paula Leyes is now finishing that last rep. Oh, man. And the Sharks are on that last element. 16 deck to squat over the box, 24 inches. Great transition from the Sharks. Great job listening to their coach and filling in those gaps where need be. But it looks like they were pretty much able to stick to the plan. The Lions having to scramble just a bit and make up some time. 3 reps remaining on their shoulder to overheads for Megan Mendero. She's going to be making up some time for those jump overs. But it looks like it's pretty much taken away from the Lady Sharks are well into those box jump overs here.
Yeah, there was a little bit of struggle on the one rope climb in the 3rd rep with Janine Nicole, and so they had to go and give her help there, and so that allowed the Sharks to come in and just open up right now. But now the Sharks are definitely cleaning up right now. As long as they stay clean, and they're gonna finish with this one.
Yeah, that largest number over here for the Sharks is 3 reps remaining. I'm so amazed by the speed that they're able to do these jumps at. 2 reps remaining, 1 rep remaining. Cardona Townsend is gonna finish up, and the Lady Sharks reign victorious here, and it looks like they are going to take that female triad.
Oh, wow, that's a tough one right there. That was a tough one right there. So they were pretty much neck and neck, and then I said it at the beginning that it's gonna come down to probably that volume fatigue going from the bar muscle-ups to that legless rope climb. That was a tough bicep transition there, and the Sharks took advantage of that, definitely.
Yeah, those Lions are going to finish under the time cap, so they're gonna get that 1 point for finishing under the time cap. Sharks are going to take that 2 points. So it looks like now the score is going to be 12 for the Lions, 13 for the Sharks, if I'm not mistaken. They're going to tabulate that official score for us, but it looks like the Sharks are now ahead by 1. It was previously tied.
Goodness.
2 races remaining in this match. Before we declare a winner, I am sweating, Taylor.
I am about to come out this bow tie.
By the way, I love the outfit change.
I appreciate it.
We definitely needed to say that on air. But I'm going to go ahead and send it to my friend Daniel on the grid. Daniel?
We are over here on the Sharks sideline with Sammy now. Sammy, impressive. You go out there, you're kicking butt, doing what you do best. But when you look at the scoreboard, you look at the season from where you were at this point last season, short to where you're on the cusp of winning one. You have your boys in the audience, family watching. What does it mean to be here today?
It means everything. I feel like the last 5 years have all come together for this moment. I get to be here with my OG Sharks. I get to be here with my OG Wild crew, and it means so much to me to have like my favorite people here.
You can tell because it seems like there's a little bit more pep. I mean, at the end of those deck to squat box jumps, I mean, you had a little bit left in the tank. So best of luck in the last 2 races, and we'll see what happens. Jason, over to you.
So I'm here with Paula Leyes. Paula, you are a fan favorite. Everybody loves seeing you on the grid. We've seen you all over the grid today. How are you feeling considering how much work you've been putting in?
No, I'm feeling great. This was the most taxing race on my legs and my lungs. I'm usually more like grip strength and grip wise. This burpee to squat. Awful, but super fun. So just happy to be here, and I feel like even the nerves, like people feel how much we love this, and that's why they like us so much, I guess.
Awesome. Well, we've got 2 more races to go. It's still all to play for. All the best. Back to you, Cassie.
Thanks for that, guys. I'm loving the double interview. Shout out to Jason for coming all the way from England. Have to shout him out every single match. Amazing addition to the team. Glad we were able to fundraise for him to come out here. But I want everybody to comment down below, who do you have for this championship match? Who do you have winning, the Southwest Florida Sharks or the Lions? I want you to comment down below right now so that when they win, you could have bragging rights, all right? Or you could get, made fun of. I don't know. Depends on how it goes. We'll find out. But either way, I just want you to let me know. I want to know how the Tides are feeling. We got over 300 watchers, so I want to make sure that I know where everybody's head's at.
Oh my goodness. Either way, tonight's gonna be crazy because the Lions and the Sharks, we're just talking about, our Airbnbs are literally right next to each other. So
that's crazy.
So either way, it's gonna be a party, but we don't know whose house is gonna be.
Who's buying drinks?
Exactly.
I love that. One thing about, you know, both of these teams is they know how to party after.
Oh my goodness.
Whether it be a Love Island watch party with Valerie Gunning and Sedona Townsend, or, you know, hitting the town with Briley Smith and Taylor Sturgis. They are having a blast.
Look, the league has been playing around with having a reality show. That needs to happen.
Oh,
there's some characters in this league.
1000%.
There's some characters.
There definitely is. We don't do them enough justice, and you need to see it for yourself. Whether you watch the sport in person or you watch the reality show, it's got to happen. But we're going to watch the male triad. It's going to be 16 double kettlebell hang clean and jerks at 53 pounds, 8-bar muscle ups. The legless rope climbs are going up to 15 feet, the shoulder to overheads to 185 pounds, and finally the 16 deck to squat over box at 30 inches. So everything's just the same, just a little bit heavier, a little bit taller, a little bit higher of a jump. So we're gonna watch it happen. The Lady Sharks reign supreme. We're gonna see if the male Sharks can do the same. Ooh, the energy is electric in here. I can't even hear myself. I'm buzzing.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, this is a championship.
And them Sharks, they looking like they're ready to run through the boxes.
Seconds. It's hot right now, Taylor. It's still anybody's match. Everybody in this building came to watch United Grid League, and they are going crazy for this one. Male triad, the second to last race in this match format. Now, from right to left, Taylor Sturgis, Darren Lasso, Julio Delgado for the Fort Lauderdale Lions, Roderick Holloway, Nick Shappy, Blake Kidder for the Southwest Florida Sharks in green. Now, these teams have fought tooth and nail to be here. Whoever wins this match is going to be named the champion. There's 2 races remaining. I can't stress that enough.
Oh my goodness, it's gonna come down to heart. Right now, they've been going back and forth all day, and this is what you wanna see in a championship match right here. So it's gonna be about, all these athletes are more than capable of doing this. Now it's not gonna be about just the fastest athlete, but who has the most heart to will their team to the other end.
Well said. I mean, look at them moving. Not a lot of transitions. Everybody's dying on every single thing that they're doing. The crowd is going crazy. Everybody's electric. These athletes did not come to play. They are already on the rope climbs over here on the Sharks. And the Lions are getting started on those. Oh, wow. Julio Delgado with 1 to go. 2 reps remaining on that first one. Not too far behind for the Lions, but they really have to make up time if they want a prayer to win, because the Sharks are already on those 8 shoulders to overhead, 185. You can do it however you want. You just got to lock out and hit that full extension. Blake Kidder was the first to start. Lions maybe 3 reps behind already going into this next element, which is going to be that jump over. Nick Shappy, 2 reps to go. Roderick Holloway finishing off, and he's going to be switching out for someone else. Briley Smith getting ready to jump on those boxes, and Nick Shappy has already gotten started.
Whoa,
wow,
this is crazy.
This is a close one, Taylor.
Whoa.
Transition for the Lions might cost them.
Yeah,
they really got to hurry up here because the Sharks are about 3 reps ahead.
They got to watch that dub over here on the Sharks, but they're cleaning it up now. But they got more bodies to the box jump overs before the Lions. If the Lions wants to get this, they got to move a lot faster, or they got to hope for a mistake on the Shark side.
Definitely. You got to hit that full depth. Make sure you hit that chest to your ground, jump over. It sure does hurt, Taylor. I'm sure it does. Hands are up for the Sharks. 3 reps remaining on this last box over here for the Sharks. Hands just came in the air for the Lions. It looks like the Sharks are going to secure that male triad. Few reps remaining here. How many? And the Sharks win that male triad. Oh, man. They are hungry. I feel like I'm in a tank with a bunch of gray whites right now, Taylor.
Oh, my goodness. It still ain't over, but right now the momentum is definitely in the Sharks' favor right now. They can see it. They can taste it. This is exactly what they wanted. They knew that they had to win this. The women did what they were supposed to do, but they knew that if they won this, that there was going to be a lot tougher, make the journey a lot tougher for the Lions come the sprint relay.
Absolutely, Taylor. What an amazing showing. So much happening here on the grid. Absolutely electric. We're going to take it to our friend Daniel in just a second. We have we have a whole entire one race left, and it's coming down to that race. Whoever wins it is going to be the champion of the 2025 season. It's coming down to that.
It has to. It has to. Like, literally, you cannot hold back anymore. And right now, the Sharks has all the momentum. They can taste it right there. But the Lions, they have to find that second gear. Actually, that third, fourth gear right now. They can still win this. They can come back right there. But they are going to have to go out there and lead everything out there on the grid. This is just, woo.
I can't express how excited I am. I'm going to go ahead and take it over to Daniel for one more round of interviews. Daniel?
We're here with Roderick Holloway of the Sharks. Roderick, one race away from the ultimate goal. Is it even a thought right now, or is it all focused on what you got to do for this last race?
Everything we got to do for this last race. I told one of my teammates, David, he was giving his girlfriend a kiss, and I'm like, hey, we're not done yet. Get back over here. Get on the line. We're not done.
We don't got time for the show of emotions. Get over here. We got work to do. Well, it's been an unreal season. I look forward to seeing how this thing finishes up. Either way, spectacular. Congratulations. Thank you, sir. Thanks for everything, Roderick.
Thank you.
Jason, over to you.
So I'm here with Julio from the Lions. Julio, Lions love drama. It's now all coming down to the final race, the sprint relay. How is the team feeling about this going in?
First of all, we don't love the drama. The drama loves us. Second of all, we gonna give it all. Whatever we get, just know we going all out and we down to die for it. So get ready for what's coming, because there's more to go. We're just getting started. Warriors up, baby.
Well, you heard them. Back to you, Cassie.
What'd you think of that, Taylor?
I love Julio.
He's awesome.
He just recently opened up his new gym. A shout out to the Warriors Den. So he got Warrior tatted across his chest, so he's bringing that Warrior mentality out here. But they're going to need that Warrior, they're going to need that Lion, they're going to need that dog going into the sprint relay.
Definitely. So here's the thing, everybody, that I want to explain to you. The score is 15-13. We're going to keep it on that screen so you can imagine what the score is like right now, okay? If the Lions win, it would go into a gridlock because you get 3 points, but they just threw their bonus flag. So this is for all the marbles. It's coming down to the sprint relay. Whoever wins this race wins the match for the very first time today. There's no coming back from it. So you really got to make sure there's no gridlock. There's nothing. This is your one chance to do it. How are you feeling right now, Taylor?
I'm feeling a lot of things right now. I don't know, again, I don't know if it's the caffeine. No, it's definitely the sport. Between Dallas and this weekend, this is why I love the sport so much.
Yes.
And why I'm so grateful to still be a part of the sport, being on this side. But watching this is what we live for right here. And coming down to the end, you see these teams fighting for each other, not just for one singular pride, but fighting for each other. And there's so much heart on both sides.
Definitely. I can't express how excited I am. I know I keep on saying the same thing, but I'm just wow. But we're going to be right back. You really don't want to go anywhere because we're about to name the 2025 champion, BRB.
The sprint relay is the final race of every match and is worth an extra point for the race win. It is a relay race with one player allowed on the grid at a time and 8 elements to perform. Any player can perform on any element, and substitutions can happen at any time, except when a player performs the last rep of an element. In that case, the player must run back to the start line, perform a 4-point touch behind the start line, and sprint through to the finish line, permanently leaving the race. The next player may enter once the previous one has crossed the finish line. The only exception is the distance element that ends at the finish line with no sprint back required. The catch is, 4 men and 4 women must finish the 8 elements. The sprint relay is a great balance of strategy to decide which players in what order are the best combination, along with clean and well-executed elements by the players, to lead to the best race outcome for the team. Remember, 4 men and 4 women must finish the 8 elements in the sprint relay.
Just landed in Orlando, Florida for the Sharks boot camp. This new uniform I feel like is very nice. I like its fit, and I really like to be in this green color. I grew up an athlete. I swam, I played basketball, but my main sport was soccer. Went to college, played 4 years in college, and that's actually when I found CrossFit. CrossFit definitely changed my life. Honestly, if you told me back then I'd be where I am now, I would have laughed at you. I kind of went the team route for a little while. I went to the games in 2018 and 19. And then my 2020 season, I tried to make it as an individual, and I ended up qualifying. So I got my ticket to the CrossFit Games as an individual, which was always the goal. But because of the pandemic and the nature of the world shutting down, they actually changed how that CrossFit Games was handled. So they took my invite away from me. Wanting to get back into the competitive something again, and I just feel like Grid presented itself at the perfect time and the perfect point in my life that I can train really hard but also have some balance in my life. My coach is like, it's like you
last race of the last match of the entire season, 50-pound dumbbell, double dumbbell burpee over 24-inch box, 8 ring muscle ups, 35-pound single dumbbell pistol thrusters, 6-pound med ball handstand walk, triple touches, deck to squat over a 30-inch box, 30-pound wall balls over 10-foot target, and a 225-pound overhead squat. This is for everything, friends. Who will be the champion? And they're off. Darren Lasso for the Fort Lauderdale Lions. Blake Kidder for the Southwest Florida Sharks. Once again, friends, that bonus flag at the Fort Lauderdale Lions means that whoever wins this sprint relay wins the championship. $20,000, the trophy, the bragging rights, the team that everybody talks about for the year to come until next season. It was in the Sharks' hand last season. They went undefeated until that championship match. They lost to the 2024 Atlanta Wild. The Lions didn't even make it to the playoffs last season, and they have 3 championships under their belt. The Sharks are hungry for their first. A lot on the line for both of these teams. A lot of things to prove. Trisha Davis is running off the grid. Sammy Nally not too far behind for the Sharks. Paula Leyes is going to be coming out for those ring muscle ups. David Blatt for the Sharks.
Oh my goodness. And the Lions, Darren Lasso did a good job of staying composed, and he fall off a very strong Blake Kidder who just ran out of steam there. And Paula Leyes just crushed the ring muscle ups, and right now the Lions have a good lead, but they just got to make sure they're just being smart.
Oh man, even the referees are fired up. I've never seen them yelling at them like this. This is amazing. They're going onto those 12 single dumbbell pistol thrusters, 35 pounds in that one hand. You gotta hit depth all the way. Make sure that foot does not touch the ground. Both of these gentlemen got that excellent hip mobility, hip strength to be doing these. 1 rep remaining for Nick Shappy. It looks like there was a costly fault on the Lions side, but the tides have turned and the Sharks are now slightly ahead of the Lions here. That's gonna bring out Valerie Gunning for the Southwest Florida Sharks for that med ball handstand walk, 6 pounds. They're going to be going all the way to the finish line. That is Jasmine Simpson on the right-hand side of your screen for the Lions. Valerie Gunning has a very decent lead here. Any fault at this point can be very costly because it's very hard to come back from this particular movement.
Exactly. This is going to be about the team that can make the littlest mistakes right there. You had Nick Shappy, who was a beast on the pistol thrusters, and he brought the team back there. So let's see if the Lions can come back and close in that gap with Julio Delgado on the triple touches.
Right, toe to bar, chest to bar, toe to bar, chest to bar, muscle up. And that's what you got to do here. Chelsea Rainieri finishing as quickly as she can, and she's going to run into the finish line, bringing out Sam Martin for those deck to squat over the box at 30 inches. Costly fall for the 4-point touch from Julio Delgado on the Lions. That's going to pave the way for Sam Martin to get a decent lead for his team here. There's only 3 reps remaining for Sam. Megan Medeiros for the Lions is going to have to make up a lot of time here.
Oh, and I think there was either a costly fault or a no rep happen over there with the triple touches, and so which allowed the Sharks to extend their lead. This is going to be very, very hard for the Lions to come back on.
Definitely. Sydney Witter is coming after those 12 wall balls, 30 pounds to a 10-foot target. Mega Madero's 3 reps remaining still on that last element. It's a hard one. It's really hard to overcome that last one. Mega Madero's with the jump over, and she has to sprint as quickly as possible so the next person could come out, because there's only 3 reps remaining for Sydney Witter. Now, wow, the Sharks have such a strong lead here. Taylor Sturgis is coming out. He's going to try to do as many as possible, catching that ball real high, hitting that target. You can't miss that target. You can't miss your depth, and he is doing those so impressively. Derek Anderson is going to be coming out, though, for overhead squats at 225 pounds. That's 1, 2, 3. 1 remaining for Derek Anderson, and Derek Anderson is going to 4-point touch Derek Anderson, who has never won a championship. Derek Anderson taking it home for his team. Southwest Florida Sharks are your 2025 champions.
Oh my gosh. And what a better way to close it out than the leader and OG of Derek Anderson closing it out as the super wild card. I know that gotta feel good for the Sharks to have him finish it out.
Wow, what an amazing showing. I am in tears for this, Ruby. Sorry, Taylor and Ruby. Ruby's next to me.
Oh my
This is amazing. They're lifting up that trophy. Derek Anderson brought it home for his team. That $20,000 check is coming out. Trophy is in their hands. Taylor.
This right
wow.
here. This was an incredible,
this is the sport.
Incredible match between 2 hard-fought teams. They went back and forth the entire time, and just like, it wasn't even any mistakes. It was just came down to the pistol thrusters, and Nick Shappy, he came down at the end. He was just like, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. But they came out and they stayed controlled. They made sure they had perfect reps, and to see them, they finally broke that barrier right there. Congrats, Sharks.
The thing for me that face when he finished the overhead squats.
It's a long time coming for them.
He started tearing up, and he was running back to the star line. It made me tear up, and the way that he ran back, it's just, the Sharks have fought so hard, and last season they were so close, and I just really feel for them. It's such an emotional moment for them as a team, for the franchise in general, from switching ownership, for getting people, for being so disappointed last season after being so close, for them to come back this way. It just gave me goosebumps. It's amazing. This is what the sport is all about, and the Sharks have shown that they are a family for this.
Oh, wow. And I was speaking with Sam, and he said that, like, the whole entire team, they're focused on the same thing. Like, they're a family, they're a unit. It's different. They're focused on getting to this point right here, and they had a lot of close calls. So they were always the bridesmaid, but they were never the bride. So they're finally able to get married. So they're the center of attention. So congrats to the Southwest Florida Sharks, and shout out to Nick Havish. I saw him in the stands out there. He was the original coach and owner. So to see him and him letting it go of the reins to Fico, to seeing this, him being in attendance, I know it has to feel good for him too.
Yeah, it was an amazing showing. The Lions have gone through a lot this season. A lot of them changing coaches, having had you as their coach and owner, to switching to Jamie Gold. I know there was a bit of a transition period for that, as well as the Lions losing a lot of their, franchise star players, and having to kind of have this be a rebuild year, and for them to come back and be a championship contending team was insanely impressive. So shout out to the Lions as well for all of their hard fought work and how it showed off, because it's no easy feat to even make it to the championship, let alone have it be as close as it was.
And I would just like to say shout out to the Lions. And I know personally, like, with the retirement and everything and just transitioning and seeing my team, we're out there trying to figure everything out. But to see them come together, stay together, and form together with this new family with the Lions, on my side, that's very emotional to see as well, too. I love this sport. I love this team. I love you guys. So thank you, Jamie and Terry, for holding on to the reins there. Thank you all for just keep fighting out there, and thank you. Thank you.
Shout out to you, Taylor. Thank you for being at the desk with me this season. It's truly been a game changer for the live stream. Shout out to everybody involved. It wouldn't be possible without all our staff, without all our sponsors, without everybody working day in and day out to make a sport like this possible. It truly starts at the very bottom to the very top of the leadership with Mather and Ruby. I couldn't be thankful enough for the team, for the teams involved in this sport, for the fans. So this wouldn't be possible without you watching from home. So thank you. And until next season, I'm Cassie Martinez.
And I'm Taylor Stallings.
We'll see you in